Where do I start with this one? I'm not sure. There is so much to love about this game so far, and so much that they've either got wrong or is completely broken. This video is by no means a complete picture of what the game's like either. I've managed to play about 3 or 4 hours today, and it's been really up and down. So these are my first impressions of Battlefield 2042. And let's start with the positives. I'm joining games really quickly, the game looks stunning for the most part, and the gunplay is great. Although the lead you have to put on shots feels more extreme than any Battlefield before, but maybe that's just me. I'm a big fan of the in-game attachment changes, and the Battlefield portal is such a good concept, and there is already so much to do in there. Joining custom games is very easy, and if you've ever played a Battlefield game in the past and enjoyed it, then buying 2042, even just for portal, is probably worth it. But to be honest, I'd be tempted to wait to buy this game until they've ironed out some of these bugs, and there are a lot of them. We've seen it with day one releases of other games in this franchise before, like Battlefield 4, where the launch day is an absolute mess, and there's already been so many issues that I've found without even going into what I've been reading in the community. The biggest one for me, and this may be picky, is the nearby medic indicator. Where is it? When I saw it wasn't in the beta, I thought I'll let them off, because maybe it's in the main game. And it's not. This sounds like a minor thing, but on previous titles, when you can see that there isn't a medic within like 20 meters of you, it makes the decision of redeploying easy to make, because no one's there to pick you up, so you may as well respawn. When you don't have that, then how do you make that decision? There was one instance in a game today where I made a run out of cover to a downed player who, when I arrived, decided to bleed out even though they had time to wait for a revive, because they had no idea that I was on the way. If they'd seen that a medic was running towards them and that meter distance was rapidly falling, they'd have known to hang on to take the revive. So not only is that impacting that player who died, but also me in that situation or other medics who are running to support their fellow players. It's just a really simple, effective, quality of life thing that there is no need to have got rid of. I really don't understand their decision on that one. It's not even like it's a bug. It's just clearly a decision they've made. We do not need this anymore. Now moving on to the bug specifically, one big issue I had is that I got put down at one point and ended up being stuck down despite my comrades trying to revive me for over 2 minutes. It was like 2 minutes 20 seconds of being on the floor. You can see that cooldown time of like 30 seconds being stuck there, and I was just completely helpless, unable to find the redeploy button. I was playing in Portal at the time, which meant that I had no other option than just to leave the game that I was in, which is just ridiculous. And we can expect they'll sort things out like this in the days, hopefully the days to come rather than the weeks to come. But it's really frustrating. I've seen so many floating bodies. This one's one of my favourites. The bloke's just chilling in midair in the lounge position. I've had missing team indicators, meaning I've shot at teammates from close range because they look like enemies to me because they have no little circle above their head telling me they're not. A couple of times I've jibbed into walls and been temporarily able to see through them. And right now, let's be honest, the game's a mess. For all its good things it's got, which there are many of, it's got an equal amount of bugs and issues. And this isn't my final opinion of the game. They'll obviously sort these issues out where they can, but I just feel like if they'd have delayed it just a bit more, they already pushed it back a month, why not make it a little bit longer to iron this stuff out, then surely they would have been able to clear up issues like these. Although, to be fair, I have noticed that they have spotted some issues already, like that shield that bounces bullets back has been temporarily disabled while they work on a fix, which is really a positive, but in my opinion that thing shouldn't have been in the game to start with anyway. But regardless, they've seen the issue with it and they're trying to work on it, which is great. I started off today by jumping into 2042 itself to muck about with the operators, and it's clear that side of the game has a lot of potential. It's very different to other Battlefield games, and we can't expect them to perfectly recreate other games we've had in the past and just, add on top of that. They've got to move with the times, and they have with 2042. But regardless of how good the 2042 side of the game is, Battlefield Portal for me is where it's at. For the second half of my playtime, I went into there and the freedom you get is unbelievable. Battlefield 2042 in its entirety is like a brand new game and a load of remastered versions of the older games, and you can't argue it. It's obviously a good thing. People say stuff like just remake the old good games and forget 2042. But that's basically what they've done. They've just allowed you to add your own customization to the whole thing, your own spin on things, which is really good. I think it's quality, and I can imagine that the vast majority of my time is going to be spent playing the older maps with these weird and wonderful game types, as well as some of the old classics. For now though, I'm just going to try and be patient with the bug issues. It's day one. Things can go wrong, and they have gone wrong, and we'll see how they address it. If you've played the game yet and seen any interesting bugs like I have, then let me know below. Has my first impression put you off, or are you still going to be jumping on 2042 as soon as you get the chance? I'll be replying to every single comment below, so let me know your thoughts. If you're interested in watching some live streams of Battlefield 2042, then you can catch me live at twitch.tv/JmCooKie. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like or a dislike, because apparently that doesn't matter anymore. And I'll see you in the next one. I'm JmCooKie. Cheers.